Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Ruto has been advancing his attacks towards the judiciary with allegation that the judiciary is corrupt. We have seen the intimidation, the threats, but he has never come out with the concrete evidence on any of the judges. Though you can sense that this is a man in a mission to bring down the judiciary or force the judiciary to make some ruling that is going to favor him, no matter whether he is in line with the law or against the law. With all this, we saw the members of the Law Society of Kenya issuing a notice that they will be demonstrating in Nairobi. And yesterday, they made it clear through mass action outside the president's office in Nairobi CBD. We saw them coming together. They demonstrated. They sent a very strong message to the government, and they are here to defend the judiciary. They are also telling Ruto mambo ni matatu, because now Ruto is advancing that narrative of mambo ni matatu. Ruto said that mambo ni matatu, uhame Kenya, uende jela, ama usafirishwe mbinguni. Now they're telling Ruto mambo ni matatu. Heshimu sheria, uheshimu mahakama, ama uende nyumbani. Respect the law, respect the judiciary, or pack and go home. That is what LSK is asking for. As long as you have
protection of the Constitution, protection of the rule of law. We are prepared to go to any length to protect the Constitution of Kenya. We are aware that the President has issued threats and has said that mambo ni matatu. We want to assure him that for all those options, we are prepared to take those options in defense of our Constitution.
Yes. And today we want to ask Dr. William Ruto to stop his unwarranted attacks on the judiciary. If he has any evidence against any of the judicial officers, let him follow the laid down procedures. We would also not want to see this country slide back into dictatorship, into the Nyayo era, where we had an overbearing executive and a feeble judiciary, a feeble legislative arm.
We are here to stand in solidarity with Kenya, in solidarity with a very important historical document, Constitution 2010, And under its terms, responsibilities are very well elaborated.
Now we are continuing this panel discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, Master, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, definitely, the LSK is looking for one thing here in the whole demonstration that they had in Nairobi: the independence of judiciary. That just like the National Assembly and executive, judiciary should just be independent. Executive is independent, but they want to micromanage judiciary. The National Assembly should be independent, but they can compromise themselves if they allow the executive to micromanage them. So judicial should be independent. This is the only place we run to when we feel that our right has been compromised. That is the only place we run for justice. So there can never be justice if we have one arm of government that is trying to micromanage the other arm of government. They have to work together but independently. That is what made them to go to the street. And if you look on Ruto's statement, when he said that judiciary is corrupt, but he don't come out with evidence to mention any judge or a lawyer for that matter who is bribing any judge in this country. So you ask yourself a question. If you are saying like this, then a judge make ruling that does not favor you, you end up losing case. Which kind of perception is he building among Kenyans? The perception is that I lost the case because the judiciary is corrupt. That is what Kenyans will now start saying. It is a perception they're building among Kenyans. And when someone wins a case, then the conclusion will be that he has won or she has won the case because he has bribed his way or her way. You see the perception here? So, ruling will not be based on justice and rule of law, but on bribing your way, according to what Ruto is saying here. So that is a perception that is building among Kenyans. But LSK is saying, no, look here, we will not allow ourselves to go into that direction. Let judicial do their work independently. Otherwise, if you go that direction, we will reach a level where now we will be calling for anarchy. Because if I feel that I lost the case because someone bribed his way, or someone won the case because he was able to pay judges, then that means I can take law in my hands. It means I have no trust for judiciary. And if I don't trust, then how can I be abided by the law? That alone is a way to anarchy. So the Law Society of Kenya is saying, no, we should not allow this to happen. Now, I think we are headed in the right direction when we see judiciary coming out, not judiciary, when we see the middle class coming out to protest, to call for mass action, to participate in the mass action. In any successful revolution that we have had in the world, it has been able to succeed because the middle class have involved themselves. So majority of lawyers wako kwa middle class hapa na kwenda juu, whereby they come in with the intelligence, they come in with the information, they come in with the tactics you need, they come in with the resources to fund the demonstrations. If you have middle class in this whole scenario, that is how you can succeed to have your way. But when you have the poor only leading demonstration, it might not end up to be a successful story because we will lack all those things that I had mentioned. The strategy, the resources, the skills, and all those. So this is a warning to William Ruto that we are reaching a level whereby now the middle class are being invited by his failures to the protest, to the mass action, and the revolution that might just start anytime soon. So it is him who has now invited the middle class into this issue. And now they are coming. They are now facing him. They can now criticize him in a very, they can now constructively criticize him based on issues that he has talked about. They can now come out and challenge him based on allegations that he has made, and therefore he has to come out and respond constructively, because now these are intelligence people, people who have schooled very well, they have better knowledge, they have good understanding of the law. So they challenge him based on the allegation that he has made. So in as much as he will continue to criticize the judiciary, they are telling him one thing: bring the evidence out and let handle the case on individual level, so that if there is any judge involved in corruption, he will be dealt with as an individual, not judicial as a whole. That is the message. So if Ruto thought that people are going to keep quiet, allow him to have his way, it might not just work. In this way, the law society is also helping CJ and the judiciary at large to at least feel comfortable, to at least have confidence, to at least do their work, knowing that there are people behind them who can stand out and speak on their behalf, because to some extent they might not speak for themselves. Sasa Ruto akuja na evidence. If he has no evidence, wamemwambia mambo ni matatu: heshimu mahakama, heshimu sheria, ama uende nyumbani. He has to make a decision. Respect this all judiciary or go home.